Hey, welcome. And we are actually recording this. We're recording two episodes today, and we're recording a little bit out of order. So if we say something in the next episode that kind of goes with this one, then you'll understand why.
Yep. Hi.
Anyway, welcome. I am Maria, and this is Heather.
Hi.
And let's get started.
Okay,
You,
so we're gonna start. I don't know if we talked about it last time, but I'm talking about it this time. We're gonna start our episodes off with like we did in our old podcast, or we have like our favorites, our this, our like it's just gonna be like a hit list kind of thing of like bullet points of whatever. And then we're going to go into our content. So this week we're talking about our favorite industry influencers slash, in my case, educators. Because in the hair industry, I feel like you more so have educators. In makeup, you have like influencers.
yeah.
So we're going to let Maria start with her favorite influencer and kind of tell us why, and then or influencers. And then I will go into my favorite educators because I love all my educators. So, but I'm going to let Maria go first. Go.
Um, I have I have four, and these are people that I like. I have a bunch of people that I watch on YouTube
Yep.
and Instagram and all that. But these four people are people that I do not miss an episode, like ever. And this first one is one of the first people that I started watching. Her name is Samantha March. I absolutely love her. Um, she she's just very, very real, and she deals a lot with mental health as well. And she talks about it on her channel, and she's just very candid and very open. Um, and she's just a very real person, and she's so sweet. Now she probably thinks I'm a stalker because I like I like comment on almost all of her videos, and I'm always commenting and liking all of her pictures on Instagram and Facebook, and I respond to her on Twitter a lot.
I mean, she's like, yo, this is my new bestie. It's fine.
I'm like, oh my god, I wonder if she thinks that I'm just some crazy stalker.
You're so ridiculous, but I love you.
I'm telling you, but I absolutely love her, and I've I can honestly say I've never missed an episode of her. I started watching her way in the beginning, when her videos were actually about her author, because she's a published author. She self-publishes her books, and way back when her videos were about that, and then they slowly started becoming makeup driven.
Cool.
The next one, because see, actually, my tastes have changed. Like there was one that I watched like religiously, and now I really don't watch her anymore because, your tastes change. Um,
Yeah.
so the second one that I've been watching since the beginning of my makeup journey, is Nakia Joy, and she's an Australian YouTuber. She has her own. She does eyelashes. She has her own makeup line, and most of her stuff is geared towards oily skin people.
That's
Um,
cool.
yeah, because she is like me, and everything just kind of slides off.
Yeah.
So I started watching her because I was looking for something for like tips and stuff to keep my makeup on and to last and whatnot. So most of those tips that I got, and she's a makeup artist, like a working makeup artist. Well, she's not anymore. She's full-time YouTube, but um, she is a makeup artist, and so I learned a lot of my tips and tricks and stuff from her. I mean, guys, if you've seen some of my first looks, oh my gosh, dramatic from today.
Girl. Girl. That's how all of us were. It's okay.
So yeah, but you started early. I started like what, I was 38 when I actually started dabbling into makeup. So it was just, guys, I'm sorry, that is my dog. Both of my dogs are playing. Um, so yeah, that's why I watch her. Anyway, I heard her, as far as makeup tastes aren't the same. She's a very neutral makeup lover. I am far from it. Those of you on
No.
YouTube see, I am far from it. Uh, yes, I am 40 and I wear color. Okay, sue me. Um,
Okay, great.
yeah, and I've got pink hair and my head is shaved. So, I mean, so anyway, I'm not your typical 40-year-old. Okay, so.
No, she a hottie Bugatti.
I
Mm-hmm.
love you. The third one is her name is Babs Beauty on YouTube. Her name is actually Stephanie, but it's Babs Beauty because what did she say? They used to call her Barbie, and so Babs is short.
I
So
like
yeah,
it.
and I just love her, her personality, everything. I just absolutely love her. Um, and I respect a lot of her reviews and stuff. I mean, of course, nobody's going to have the same opinions on everything, but I do respect, a lot of her reviews and all of that. So she's just very entertaining as far, for me, she is. And then the last one I just found maybe 2 weeks ago. And her, her name on YouTube and Instagram, and I think on Twitter too, but I don't follow her on Twitter, is called Make Me Up Missa. Her name's Melissa. She lives in Scotland. Uh,
Ooh.
yeah, Edinburgh. And I started following her. What did I see? I saw a video of hers. Um, Oh, Norvina, when the Norvina palettes started coming out, the big Norvina palettes,
Mm-hmm.
uh, when those started coming out, I started watching, I watched one of her reviews and I'm like, ooh, she does these bold, colorful looks. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm gonna start watching her. And like every day I watch like 5 or 6 videos of her. I just pick out looks because I mean, you need to see some of the looks that she does. Gorgeous. I think I have. Oh,
Just like tag me in something on her page so I can see it.
well, I want to show.
Dear YouTube, if you see me looking all over the place and dancing randomly, I'm really sorry. I'm really antsy and I am getting distracted. Sorry.
What are you listening to?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Just going in.
You see it?
Oh,
Is
it's
it
blurred.
there?
Yep, there it goes. Yep. Oh shit.
I mean, and she just started, um, like she's not a makeup artist. She's just an enthusiast, and her looks are just gorgeous.
Good.
So yeah, I absolutely love her, and
Use a fan.
yes, very much a fan. So yeah, those are the four, and that's why. I mean, obviously, I like color, and I just like genuine people. I do watch some of the bigger influencers, but I don't watch like every single episode. So
Right.
I like more of the smaller influencers.
I'm here
So
for
what
it.
about you?
Um, so my people are not going to be people that you can find on YouTube. Well, that's not true. One of them you probably can. I have a few as well, and they're probably every educator I've seen. That's not true. They're mostly educators I've seen so far. I just love them so much. One of them actually lives very close to me. His name is Kenny Callum. He owns the salon in Greensboro. He is incredible at what he does. Um, and I genuinely just love him. Like we're friends on Facebook, and he will like call me out and be like, "You're fucking up. Don't do this. Don't do that. Like I can tell you where like people go wrong in business. Like let me help you. Like." And he has no, like, he doesn't have to help me. Like, I'm just some random chick
Right.
who rents a booth somewhere. I don't make
Mhm.
him money. Like, I don't do shit for him. I go to his classes because I genuinely appreciate learning. And, um, I think that people see stuff like that. They see driven artists and they want to give back to them. So I love him. Um, number two. Oh, if you go on Instagram and you look up Taylor Fade, his name is Trevor Moots, and he lives in Florida, and he is one of the sickest fucking barbers I've ever met in my life. He is one of the kindest individuals I've ever met in my life, one of the most humble individuals I've ever met in my life. Like, I cannot tell you enough. Trevor is one of the most amazing people, and he actually was a really big part of why I had the confidence to open my own booth. And I was like, how I wrote him and I was like, how scared were you when you started your own business? And he was like, I'm still scared, like every day. But then I go to work and I do what I love, and like it's not scary anymore. So he's just so fucking cool. Like, he taught a class up here. This motherfucker, like, he he travels like to Europe and shit. Like, he's oh my god, he's amazing. And we're at a class in Greensboro. I live in North Carolina, and we go to Greensboro. And at the end of this class, it's him and this guy Roy J. White, and they're both amazing. Roy J. does a pixie in 7 minutes. It's disgusting. But anyways,
Wow.
Trevor's like, he comes up to us and he's like, "Hey, can I take a picture with you guys?" And I'm like, "What?" Like, what? I was like, sure. He's like, I just really like you guys. I feel like I can be myself around you guys." And I was like, "What the fuck? This is the Twilight Zone. Like, what is happening?" Um, he's just so nice, dude, and his talent is amazing. So he's a barber, but he's like a cosmetologist. So like, he teaches barbering with with a cosmetology like vernacular. And then I think what the coolest thing that he does, if you this is why I love his work. If you go to his page, it's Taylor Fade. We will link all these people. Um,
Yeah.
but if you go to his page, he like one of his points is to put the style in the cut, which is like that was like a really new concept to me. And like his finished products are just like bananas. They're amazing. And like, I suck at barbering. It is not my thing. Beards, I'll do. Men's haircuts, I'm still working on. Like, it's not my thing. But like, he made me want to learn barbering because he's just so good at it, and the way he explained it just like clicked. So he's my second. Um, my third is my Jolie Poly. Like, I don't think he knows that I call him that, but every time I see him, I'm like, Jolie Poly. His name is Joel Sharp. He's also an educator for my oh god, I guess I could really list a lot of people, but he's an educator for Hanzo. He's so down to earth, so nice, like just a really cool guy. I'm really happy for him. He's opened his own salon. He's based out of PA, so like if you live in Pennsylvania, I think it's called Red Horse. It's like a barber shop. I think it's a barber shop. But he's a really cool dude, just really down to earth. His story's really cool. It's not mine to tell, but his story is really cool, and just like hear like where he's been and how he's come back is amazing. I love him. Okay, I have five. I lied. Justin Thomas, who Justin Thomas, he's just like, oh my gosh, he created the education program for Hattori Hanzo. He is another one who's so humble. I love how he takes fundamentals and he makes it make sense, because to me, fundamentals are like over my head. I'm more of a creative kind of person, so trying to get technical is like, eh. But listening to Justin Thomas, he just makes everything seem so easy, and like he makes it so simple and he breaks it down. And he's just such a cool dude. Like, I wrote him one time and I was like, what am I fucking up with layers? Like, when I had a trouble with layers for a while, and I was like, what am I fucking up? Is it this or this? And he was like, probably both. I was like, this is why I love you. But like, not in a dickish way, but he's just so cool and so sweet. And he's like, he's been in this industry forever. Like, his mom did it and then he did it, and he's worked with some really cool people. His story about how he started education is really cool. It's really funny. He started telling schools that he was Christina Aguilera's hairstylist. And he wasn't. So that's a really cool story. But lastly, those are all, and they're all their specialty is cutting. But my top notch, one of my favorite like colorists. If you go on Instagram, her name is Cat with a K, Cat Colors with a K. God, her work is so beautiful. And her husband own a salon in Kansas City, and it's called With Love Salon. And they are just so amazing. They go into their community and they give back, which to me is such a big deal, because that's the kind of foundation that I want to have. So they give back. She's so kind. Anytime you write her, like,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Yeah. Anytime you write her, she writes you back. Like I've asked her like industry questions, how I can get how I can get my foot through the door with the brand that I love so much that she is an educator for, and she's helped me so much and she's been so kind to me. I went to Orlando for like the biggest hair show that we see in the industry besides probably IBS in New York. And I like walked up to her and she was like, "Oh, you're Heather." And I was like, "Holy shit, my name just came out of your mouth." And like sometimes you forget that these people are your peers. Um, but she's just like so kind, so beautiful, so sweet. Her work is so incredible. Like she's another one who just makes it look so effortless. And God, like I adore her. And if she ever hears this, I love you. You're so sweet. You inspire me all the time. Like you don't even know it, but
I'm
you
gonna send
inspire
her the link.
do. I love her so much. Like she's just such an amazing human. But yeah, so those are my people. We will link everybody in these so you guys can check out their work and check out like their makeup work, their hair work, like everything. But yeah, and then I guess we'll just kind of segue into what the episode is about. We want to talk about what it's like in the day. I can't talk. A day in the life of Heather and Maria, separate and or together, because we pretty much talk every day.
Yeah, we pretty much do. There's times when we have our when we're in our moods that we don't talk to each
Oh yeah,
other.
those are the best friendships though, where you can be like Maria called me the other day, and I was like, I'm so sorry I'm not answering your call. Like I'm in a mood, but like
I'm
right
like,
now,
okay.
like yeah, if we don't talk to each other for a week, we're not like, oh, what a bitch. We're just like, oh well, she's going through some shit, and that's okay.
Well, like if I message her like on like call, if I like on text message and she doesn't answer, all I have to do is message her on uh, Facebook, and if it says red, then I know she's alive.
She's told me that before. She's or like if I don't open it, she's like, I just need to know you're alive. Open your message, please. And I'm like, I'm alive.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
did that. I
said,
did do that one time because normally when it says that she's read it, I see the little thing. Oh, she's there. She's there. So I don't get pissed off. I know a lot of people would, but I don't get pissed off. I mean, I have those days too where I'm just like, hi, whatever. I don't want to talk to anybody.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, it's nice.
yeah, it ain't no thing. It's fine.
But other than that, we really do talk to each other. I mean, her and Mark and I have our own little chat group in Facebook. So yeah.
Oh, yep. Okay, so you have to understand, like Maria and I, when we talk, it's like shit. It's just life, and it's like, hey, what's going on? How are the kids? Like, this is going on with my mental health. Like, look at my makeup look. Like, like I don't know. We have like normal conversation, and then Mark comes in and he's like, titties.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh.
Like some of the stuff that he puts in there is so inappropriate, and I'm
It's
just
like,
like,
yeah.
it's like sexually inappropriate, and I'm just like, you really just put that in there?
Sometimes
Like,
it's like the shit that like should just stay in your head. Let's see if I can find an example real quick.
I think I can too, yeah.
I'm sure it'll take me like 30 seconds to find one.
It's hilarious.
Okay, so there's an X-rated warning on this. So if you're listening and you're under 18, stop it. You shouldn't be listening to this under 18, but whatever. Um,
That's fun.
he sent us a picture of a woman with her eyes crossed and her tongue out. It says if you rub your nose against her clit while her tongue is in her ass, while your tongue is in her ass, this will cause her to reboot and restore to factory settings.
Oh, no. This one. No matter how poor you think you are, if you have a warm butthole, you have a way to make some money.
Hold on, wait, no. Oh God, we have. There's just so there. Jesus, that one was a funny one. Um,
Oh my God.
it's
Oh
a
my God. The Sesame Street one.
I like this one says, me, I'm so depressed. Guys, damn, show me your butthole. I love him. Okay, so Mark is the dude who does our opening.
Yes, he does our intro.
Oh.
So I like this one. And y'all need to realize that Mark is handicapped. Okay, he's in a wheelchair. All right, and these are the jokes that he sends us. Okay, and I'm just like, okay, while browsing for sex slaves on the dark web, Bert points out the handicapped options are cheaper and less likely to escape.
I feel like fucked up for laughing. Like,
But
okay,
I laugh at this shit. I'm just like, what the hell?
we talked about how, like, okay, so my tattoo artist has a tap out thing where, like, I think we talked about the first episode, where, like, if you can sit for 5 hours or more, you pay $500 and you sit as long as you can, like, beyond 5 hours. And I was like, well, that's not fair because Mark can't feel anything from the waist down. It's not funny. Like, we're not shitty people, but he laughs about it, so we laugh about it too. Obviously, I fucking feel bad. I'm not a shitty person, but, like, Mom, what's dark humor? Do you see that man without arms over there? Tell him to clap. Mom, I'm blind. Exactly. I hate your husband.
How do you think it is living with him? Okay.
I
Like,
mean, it
okay.
sounds like it's a great time all the time. I don't know.
Okay. Anytime that I'm driving, all right. Anytime that I'm driving, and this is like on the weekends, because during the week, if I like drive while the kids are in school, during the week, I get more business people, so they don't talk like this. On the weekends, I get drunk people, and most of the time, college drunk people. And like they'll be in my back seat going, saying all this crude stuff, and they look at me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, ma'am." I said, I'm married to a former Marine. And they're like, "Oh, you don't care." I'm like,
You're
"Nope,
fine.
I'm already broken."
It's fucked up because it's true.
I know, because I was like, I told Mark, I said, what did I say? I said something about him leaving me, and he goes, "Oh God, do you know how long it took me to train you?"
Jesus Christ. It's fucked up because it's the truth. Like, I've been in their home. None of this is an exaggeration.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like we would do lives and stuff on Facebook, and this is why Mark and I are doing a YouTube. Okay, we're gonna start a YouTube, and it's gonna be like this. We're gonna do like talking, and then we're gonna make a podcast out of it too.
Oh, cool.
So yeah. Um, so like we would get on the lives and stuff, and it was just banter back and forth, and everybody would always say, "You guys are relationship goals." And I think uh someone had said that we were on our best behavior for the lives and stuff, and I'm like, dude, no. This is how we are in real life, and ask Heather. This is how we are in real life.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, we have our moments. He can be an asshole sometimes. Well, he can be an asshole, but
Maria's a fucking gem all the time.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Don't
She
let her
thinks
lie.
I am. She thinks I am, but I'm not.
Don't.
Um, I can probably be a very hard person to live with. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we don't hide things, and I think that's the way. That's how it was. I mean, we were always honest from the very beginning, even with like um, very private stuff that we wouldn't tell anybody else. So, yeah.
That's fair. We're not going to talk about that part of my life because I'm just a fucking train wreck. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm getting better, but whatever.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, if you were to go back, say 8.5 years ago, yeah, 8.5 years ago, because I think that's, yeah, 8.5 years ago, my life was a freaking mess. So,
That's fair.
you know,
I
it was,
think we all were a mess. I'm pretty sure 8.5 years ago I was like just fucked up all the time.
I was going through a really bad divorce, and I had two small children. So,
That'll do it.
yes, yes. But I made it through, and I'm here now.
And
So,
that's all that matters.
exactly. We went off on a tangent again.
That
Um,
happens all the time. But
we're not
yeah,
we're not going to always apologize for it. So just know that.
no, because I mean it's still relevant. It's shit that happens in literally every day. Like this is shit that is an everyday occurrence for us in either our friendship or Maria's home life. Um,
I have a very boring life, so.
yeah, my life is probably more dramatic. It's not. It definitely is more dramatic than Maria's. Which is fine. I think the thing is like Maria and I both like work for ourselves in different ways. So our days look very different. Like Maria has school age children. I don't. My child is a fucking Satan toddler, which I love her so much, but like we're hitting the Satan stage. You know, Maria gets to stay home part of the day and then drive. You gotta get to drive when you want to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like I have a
When I
schedule
feel
that
like
I
making some extra money.
right. Well, and the cool thing about your job is like people just look for shit. Like they look for rides. Whereas like my job, I have to like promote myself. So like my daily life is like it changes all the time because I work for myself. So if I have appointment scheduled, obviously I'm in a salon. But like if I don't, I'm literally sitting here and I'm like right here and I'm marketing and I'm emailing and I'm like finding new like ways to promote myself. I'm reaching out to old clients. I'm also trying to be a mom at the same time. I'm doing personal development. I'm listening to my fucking entrepreneur podcast, Gary Vee. So like I'm always like I'm constantly going. And like that I feel like is really a challenge for some people. Like I have lost friends and relationships in my life because I am a goer. I don't stop. And if you're slowing me down, I don't want to fucking have anything to do with that. So like they
Oh, I don't slow you down.
no no. So they say like, you are the sum of the five people that you spend the most time with, right? And I was talking about Justin Thomas earlier and oh God, just like I love you. But Justin Thomas, gave us a really good talking to. Right after I graduated from school and he was saying, like, yeah, you're the sum of the five people that you spend the most time with. However, what they don't tell you is that, like, you grow, right? And then, like, you level up. And, like, your friends will either level up with you or they'll stay where they're at. And the people who stay where they're at, you have to leave them behind. You can't force them to fucking move up with you. Because if you try and force them to move up with you, they're just going to pull you back down. And I think that God, there's like so many times that you don't want to believe that certain people are going to be that way. And I have yet to find a person to match my fucking hustle. Like I have yet to find somebody like Maria
That's
knows.
the truth.
Maria
That's
knows.
the truth.
So you're fine. So Maria knows. I have the podcast with Maria. I manage the podcast Instagram, my studio Instagram, my stylist Instagram. I manage a TikTok. I manage the Facebook for my podcast, for my studio, and for myself as a personal artist. I am constantly posting promotions on local pages. I do all my own marketing. I do all of my own everything. I mean, besides Maria edits our podcast, and that's like, thank God, because I would like lose my shit. Um,
That takes a while. It does take a
yeah,
while.
And like I make time, like I have a schedule of like, okay, I need to do this. This has to come out on this day, and this day I need to record this content, and this day this content comes out. Like it's literally like nonstop. And what I think that people like don't understand, people are like, you're not in the salon, so you're just at home fucking around. But like,
Mhm.
I'm not at home fucking around. Like, there's so many days where I don't get to spend time with my kid because I'm sitting right here and she's like, Mommy, I want to play. And I'm like, Baby, I want to play with you so bad, but mom's got to work. Like, and you know, we do get our time in, but like, I'm always working. So my friends and this person, that person, they feel like they're missing out on time with me because I don't care. When in reality, like, my own kid misses out on time with me
Mhm.
because I'm at the stage in my career where, like, if you're starting any type of venture, it should be nonstop from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, because that's just how it's going to be in the beginning. Because the harder you push now, the less you have to fucking push later. Like, if I am doing all my own marketing and all my own shit now, right, and then I open my own salon later and I have a booth rent salon, then I'm hiring people who are either going to do their own marketing, or I'm going to hire someone to do marketing for me. I'm going to hire someone to do my scheduling. I'm going to hire someone to fucking clean up after everybody. Like, I want to get to that point. So that means right now I have to hustle like I
Mhm.
have to, and I do have to do it. Like, my income depends on it. My daughter depends on me. Like, it's not an option. And for someone, when you're in that go mode, you have to identify the toxic people, and sometimes that's really fucking hard. And like,
That's the
God, I
truth.
fucking hate it. I hate it so fucking much. But like, you have to do it. I mean, we've all been there.
That's the truth. And I mean, and you can see it. Let's give an example, okay? Heather has so much drive. She has so much drive. And the thing is Heather and I are like in completely different places in our lives. Like completely different. And that's okay. That's okay. I know how it is to be the person that's trying to get her feet off the ground and trying to, get her business up and running and all of that. Um, we took a little break there because my dog literally shit in the house and I had to clean it up. So let me finish my thought. So yeah, so Heather and I, she's young. She's trying to get her business up on the ground. I have two teenagers. Enough said. Um,
Yeah.
and a house and a husband and all of that I'm taking care of. So my drive isn't quite there yet. And if I had the drive that she did, I would be way further along than I am right now. Although I was gaining some traction on Instagram, and then I completely shut down my Instagram and started a new one. So
I mean, that's not a bad thing though. Like, sometimes a fresh start is just exactly what you need. So,
I needed it. I needed it.
yeah.
And now after that, because I was consistent and getting things done and all of that, and then all of a sudden, something happened and I shut down, and I completely, instead of putting all of my energy and focus into my work, I just completely shut down and stopped editing and stopped doing all of that. I mean, I was, really consistent, and then it all went to shit. So I'm getting back up there now, thanks to Heather, because as soon as we started this podcast and as soon as we started, okay, this is what we need to do, because when it's me and Heather and there's something that I need to do, I'm seriously not going to let her down by not doing my work.
Yo, like
Um,
literally same though.
yeah. So this has honestly helped me realize, oh my gosh, this is really I knew this was what I wanted to do, but I'm like in the game now. I've already edited 4 videos. I have them scheduled, and I've got to edit all the rest of them. I've got videos planned out for like the next 3 months, and this is doing 3 videos a week. So I mean, I've got my head in the game. I'm happy. I'm getting there. So thank you so much, Heather.
And I know I love you so much. Well,
So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, before when I allowed, and this is kind of sad. It is kind of sad. I allowed someone to change the course of my life, and I'm not going to do that again. Um, I I'm getting a tattoo that one of the tattoos I'm getting is on my forearm. It's going to be of a lotus flower, and it says some people are meant to just come into your life and completely change your direction. And I think that's true on both ends. I've had someone come into my life and completely throw me off course. I've had somebody come into my life and make me realize, what I want to do in life. And that, of course, that was Heather.
Oh my
So, I
God.
mean,
Yeah, we've had this talk. I forgot about that.
yeah, because I mean, I, I'm 40, okay? And when we met, I was 38. And um, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had quit my job, and everybody thought that I was insane. But my child needed me. My child needed me, and if there's anything that I will do, if there's any one person that I will do anything for, and it is my children. And so, for the first time in my life, I wasn't working. I wasn't pulling in an income, and I didn't know what I was going to do. Um, and then, of course, Heather and I met doing the
Fucking MLM. Jesus Christ, don't get yourself in a goddamn pyramid scheme. I mean, wait, no, it's not a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, in we met from an MLM, but honestly, the thing is it changed a lot of things. I mean, it literally changed the course of my life, and it made me
Same.
realize what I wanted to do. And that's when I met Heather, and um then we went to that beauty business summit, and she was in cosmetology school and all of that. And I was like, I really want to see if I can have a go at this. And when I started, I knew nothing about what I was doing. And then I started just every day practicing and practicing, and I fell in love with it. I was so in love with makeup, and those of you that have seen my little setup back there realize that I am in love with makeup. I mean, I've bought like most of that stuff there. I have bought myself. Um, no, I am not rich. Okay, I'm not rich. I just spend all of my disposable income on makeup.
Yeah. Well, and I think the thing too is like there have been times where Maria's like, I just feel like I'm too old for this. I feel like, like there's younger girls who have a better chance and whatever. Like what and I don't want to say their excuses, but I mean, I've told Maria like
They're
it's an
excuses.
excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him like shut the fuck up. Like you're beautiful. It doesn't matter how old you are. Like I don't care if you're fucking 90 and you're on here doing makeup. Like if you love it, you fucking love it. And in my opinion, it's your passion that shows through. And like if you're passionate about it, people are gonna see that. And I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's fucking underwater basket weaving. Like if you're passionate about it, like someone is gonna see that and they're going to be drawn to you because it's obvious when you're just doing something for attention
Hmm.
and when you're doing something because you really love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, and a lot of people say that they literally can see that when I'm just playing. And I mean, like today when we were online, and I'm sitting here with the highlighter going, Heather, look, Heather, look.
She was so excited. I was like, bitch, bitch.
I get excited over highlighters. I get excited over palettes with colors that just they inspire me, like the melt what is it, oh, I forget the name of it, the new melt collection. uh, there's two palettes, and one is like bright with yellows and pinks, and then another one is like the grungy dark colors, and I'm just like, Heather, you don't understand. Because I was like, I go, tell me I don't need it, because I went online and I was like going to buy the entire collection, and I said, okay, I compromised, and I just bought the eyeliner set and the two palettes, and she starts laughing. She's like, Mark's gonna kill you, and I said, you don't understand. Look at this palette. And I'm like,
And then she sent me individual photos of each thing.
yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I see something like that, and nothing gets me more inspired, gets my creative juices flowing than a gorgeous color story. Just, I
Yeah.
mean, I can look at a palette, even a palette that looks boring as hell, and just see a look in it, see something that I could do.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that about my art, and that's exactly what it is. It's art. Um, so and people don't understand it. I mean, Mark doesn't even understand it. I'm like, but look at this. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the only people who are gonna understand your passion are the people who are also passionate about it. But what I love, just like as creative people, and this is just this is me personally. I don't know about you, but me personally, I have several creative passions. I don't follow them all as hard as I follow hair, but like sometimes my other creative passions can spark something in me, or sometimes my eye for something can spark something in me. Like, y'all can judge me, I don't care. I have a thing for trees. And when I go up to Maryland in the fall, I love how the trees look in the fall in Maryland, because it's not the same as North Carolina. And I just get absolutely mesmerized, and that inspires me. I used to write music and sing, and I still get inspired just by listening to the radio or listening to old music, or like just taking myself back to a different time with music, and that will inspire me. You know, I feel like everybody's different, but it's so nice just like as creative people, like sometimes you have to force yourself to tap into it. Like, I cannot tell you how many days I'm so fucking unmotivated. Like, I get out of bed and I have days where I'm like, I don't want to fucking do hair today. But I get myself out of bed and I find something just to like get me going. And whether it's music or I look through Instagram at photos, and as soon as someone sits in my chair, I'm like giddy. You know, that's how I know.
Mhm.
That's how you know that you love something. When you might be like, "Fuck this, I'm not doing this today." But as soon as you start doing it, you're like, "Ooh!" And like you get that tingly feeling, and you're like happy. That's how you know that's what you need to be doing.
Right. And that's the same thing that happened yesterday. I was supposed to, was it? Yeah, it was yesterday, because yesterday I got groceries. And that's every other Thursday, talking about the day in our life. But that was me yesterday. I came home and I was just like, there's just so much to do here. I need to do this. I need to sweep. I need to do the dishes. I need to clean. And I don't want to do that. I just don't feel like doing that today. And I was sitting down watching that one girl, and she was just doing this beautiful. No, wasn't watching her. I was watching another one that I had just found too, and she was doing this beautiful Grinch inspired eye look.
Ooh. Mhm.
Oh my gosh. And she was just started creating it, and I was just sitting there watching her going, that's just brilliant. And it
Mhm.
made me, I like turned off the TV. I went out to my office. I sat down, and that's when I created the candy cane eye
Yeah.
look that I created yesterday. And that look took me, like the eye look itself took me almost 2 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, because not only did I the cut crease, and I did the lines and stuff. But I also hand mix my glitters. I mixed 4 different glitters for the eye
Damn.
look. Yeah. So, I mean, when I was like, oh, I want to do this, but then I was like, I want it to have this color in it and this color in it. And I'm like, why can't I just sit there and mix it? And that's exactly what I did. And
Right.
it's just finally sitting down and being creative, because
Yeah.
the thing with art is if something in your life happens, like what happened to me, and people may think I'm insane. Okay, yes, I let somebody kind of throw off the trajectory of my life. But when something happens in your life and completely shuts you down, it shuts down that creativity as well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so hard to get that back. I mean, I went through an entire like 5 month shalomp, and somebody finally was telling me, we can't live like this. You've got to snap out of it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, when somebody has, you know, even if, good friend, lover, whatever. No, I not good friend. Okay.
She's like, I was not saying that's what it was, just as an
Yeah.
example.
When somebody like that, somebody that you talk to every day, that you deeply talk to, share every aspect of your life with, suddenly goes away, and goes away for something that was just so stupid. Stupid.
Yeah.
um it hurts,
Yeah.
and you suddenly have this void in your life. You don't have that person to talk to anymore, and whatnot. And at this time too, Heather was going through her own stuff.
Ugh.
So, we were talking to each other, but we weren't really talking to
Talking.
each other. And it wasn't until, finally we sat down, I was like, hey, look, this is what happened to me, and this is why I've been like this. And I've had a relapse. I've gained so much weight, and this is what's going on and stuff. And so finally I slowly started to snap out of it.
Well, you gotta remember, like, we're doing all this stuff. Like, Maria does her stuff. Oh shit, sorry. You, Maria does her stuff every day, and I do my stuff every day. And like, I don't know. There's like no nice way to put this, but like, fuck anybody who wants to sit there and say like, this is my excuse. This is my excuse. This is like, we both face our own mental health issues. We both have shit happen. Like, Maria has her things. I have borderline. Like, Maria lost a friend. I lost a family member recently. Like, relationships have been fucked up all year long. Like, we've got kids, we have
Yep.
stressors, but like, we still go. And like, even when we feel kicked down by fucking life, Maria can sit here and say she stopped, but Maria didn't stop. Maria slowed down. That's what happened. Maria did not
I
stop
did
though.
slow
Like,
down, because I did still post and stuff. Yeah.
right. So it's like
Yeah.
you might not be as inspired, but
Hmm.
like you still try. And like with I had the last 2 weeks, like before Maria and I recorded our first episode of our podcast, the 2 weeks leading up to that, like I had totally fucking just stopped because I've had relationships in my life falling apart. My grandmother passed away. Like there's been all this shit, and I was just like, I'm gonna use all this shit as an excuse. And I wasn't pushing myself. I haven't been applying myself. I've been doing work that I know I should be doing better. Like I know I can crank out better work than what I've been putting out. And not to say that it's been bad, but I know that it's not up to my standards.
Yeah, yeah,
Um
not
yeah,
up to
and
your
it's like,
standards.
yeah, it's not that it's bad, but it's just not where it should be. And I mean, it's just because it fucking happens. Like, but at the same time, I'm not like, oh, well, I have borderline, so I'm not working today. Like, hey,
Yeah,
my
right.
feelings are really Right, like my feelings are really intense today, so like I'm not gonna answer messages. I'm feeling super depressed, so like I'm not gonna try and get people in my chair because that's not fucking work. So like, we all face shit, and Maria and I both face our mental health on a daily fucking basis, and just everything else around us that influences that, and just how we live our day-to-day life, and like we still get up and go. And that's not to say that like if you're going through something and you're struggling, like you're full of shit for like taking a break. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like you have the capability of pushing through it. Like I know what it's like to be depressed. I know I'm fucking anxious on a daily basis. It's so annoying. I'm scared of
No,
everything.
so am I.
But like seriously, like mindfulness helps tremendously. Distractions help tremendously. And when I'm depressed, God, fastest version of this story ever. 6 years ago, I had a daughter biologically, and she was adopted. I didn't get out of bed. Like I got out of bed to work and go to school, and that was it. But I got out of bed to work and go to school, and my dad was like, "You gotta fucking stop." And my dad looked at me, and he was like, "When you feel like this, you got to do everything that your body's telling you not to do. So when your
Mm-hmm.
body tells you that not to get out of bed, get the fuck out of bed. When your body tells you to go eat everything in the house, like don't do it. When your body tells you to go fucking get shit faced at the bar, stop doing that shit. Like right now I'm struggling because I am like the soberest I've ever been, and it sucks. Like I have nothing in my body. I have nothing in my body, like not even fucking nicotine. Like I am fucking sober as I fucking squeaky clean, and I fucking hate it because I just feel everything. But you know what? It's so good. It's good for you. And like if you're feeling things, feel them, but let it fuel you. Don't let it fucking stop you, because it doesn't, it's not productive. And that's coming from someone who's that scared the shit out of me. My kid came in here. That's coming from someone who's been through it, not someone who's just sitting back here and fucking twiddling my thumbs and telling you like it'll be fine. Mommy, what's up, baby?
When you are talking.
Please, let's
God,
take.
I
I
love her.
was like, hold on for our cute break of the podcast. I'm talking to Maria, babe. My daughter just came in her Trolls pajamas, and that's the other thing. Like, if you don't have kids, and one day you might, maybe you won't, but like when you look into the face of your child, you're like, holy shit, I have to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's the thing,
there's nothing that will push you to get the fuck out of bed more than your kid. Ow. Um, don't ask me. I don't know. I'm being weird.
No, I mean that's the truth. That's the truth, and like I said, that's really what stemmed everything. Not to mention that I was completely unhappy in the career that I had chosen. Um, and guys, I'm a prime example of you can start over at any age. But my kids needed me, and that's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna stay stay home and put my kids back to where they're supposed to be and make sure that they become functional members of society and be what they really truly want to be. So yeah.
I feel like it just takes so much more energy to be fucking sad.
It does.
Like even when your body's like trying to force you to be sad, like it feels like it takes a lot more energy and strength to be happy when you're pulling yourself up, but once you're up, it's like, "Oh shit, I can run now." It's
Hmm.
just getting up that's hard. Like, but once you're there, dude, you're like fucking, you're soaring at that point. But if you just let yourself continue to feel, and God, I feel so bad saying this because I don't ever want someone to think that like I'm downplaying mental health. Mental health is like my second fucking biggest passion,
Hmm.
and
Mine
that's like
too.
my focus. That's one of my focuses behind my business model is fucking mental health and giving back and whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but like I said, it's because I've been there that I can say that like I'm not saying you choose to be depressed. I'm saying that you choose to get help. You choose to ask for resources.
Hmm.
You choose
Yep.
to go to therapy. You choose to take your medication if you're on medication. Like everybody's situation is different. But if you choose not to do those things, then in a sense you're choosing to stay stuck.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't really know how else to put that. Like I said, I'm not downgrading in anyone's mental health because I
No.
know how that is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, same. Um, finally, you know, Mark had sat me down and he was like, you can't continue to do this to yourself. You've got to do something. He goes, when you were exercising every day and meditating every day and listening to your personal development every day. Yeah, I know that your sister made fun of you for that, but that's what got you through life, everyday life. It's
Yes.
something that you needed. And that's what I was talking about before when about self-care. I stopped
Yes.
doing all of that and I just dug deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into this hole that I was in. And we should, by the way, label this self-care because we've been talking for an hour on it.
It's
um, but yeah, I was digging myself deeper and deeper and deeper into this hole. And then finally I was like, you're right. I'm never going to get to where I want to be because, I mean, we completely converted my garage into my office. And is that all for naught? No, it wasn't, because that is what I want to do. This is what I have a passion for. And I wasn't doing it, or I
yeah.
was, but just not as much.
Yeah.
And he goes, you can't do that. And so what did I do? I looked into binge an eating disorder clinic. Um, I do that 3 times a week for like 4 hours. And it's very, very intense therapy and nutrition and things like that. And I started doing I listen to personal development, my books. I've got so many books on personal development. I also listen to podcasts. Um, and I meditate every morning. I get up, I meditate. I'm gonna
Yeah.
start doing yoga eventually. I'll start
Yeah, we're
doing
supposed to
yoga.
start doing yoga tomorrow. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing that because that helps a lot too. That helps you stay centered and everything. And I'm starting to actually crawl out of it. I mean, it does take time, but I'm starting to come out of it. And I'm finally, and you can tell just by the posts, like the makeup looks, you can tell because I'm back in with the color. I'm back in creating and doing the more intricate looks that take, hours.
Yeah,
um
they
in,
do.
instead of just, this, and I'm done, post picture. um I'm inspired now, and it feels so good. um and that's the thing. You have to n- know when you're starting to slide back,
Yeah.
know when you're starting to relapse, because I knew it and I ignored it.
Yeah, if you catch it before it happens, like honestly, I think the best way to catch it before it happens is just like realizing that you're not doing that shit anymore. And like you were just saying, Maria was saying like her sister made fun of her. Dude, if someone fucking makes fun of you for taking care of yourself, fuck them. Like they're probably not doing those things. And I honestly think that it's always the people who don't know how it feels to fucking take care of yourself that way. Because if you understand what it feels like to read things that inspire you and listen to things that inspire you and do things that inspire you and take time to feel good, like when you take time to meditate and fucking start your day off with a clear mind and end your day with a clear mind, which I need to get better at, but like I used to do it every day.
Hmm.
Um I mean, like that alone is like a life-changing thing when you make that part of
Oh
your
yeah.
routine. And if people want to shit on your positive habits, like maybe ask them like, "Well, what the fuck are you doing when you wake up first thing in the morning? You scrolling through fucking Instagram? How is that inspiring your day? What are you doing when you wake up in the morning? Are you fucking staring at the TV? Like, what is that doing for you? In your downtime, what are you doing? Sleeping? Are you fucking scrolling through your phone? Why aren't you doing something positive? Like I mean, when you put it back on somebody else like that, like, okay, you're making fun of me because in my downtime I read positive shit. What are you doing?
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Now she even realized that she wasn't in the place that she wanted to be, and she has now quit her job, and she's going to and doing something that she wants to do. So I mean, everybody learns. They learn at their own pace. But yeah,
Sure.
you can't let somebody, even a family member, even a close friend or whatever, tell you what you're doing is not right,
Now,
you know, or they make fun of you for doing something that you are very passionate about. I mean, and it happens. It'll happen every day. I got called an idiot for leaving a very lucrative career. I mean, I was making a lot of money. Well, not not six figures, but I was making pretty darn close. And I gave it up. I gave it up for my kids. I gave it up to be happy. And people told me I was stupid.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just a hairdresser. Fuck you.
Right?
I think that like people, and this is gonna sound so shitty, but like people put way too much weight on a fucking college degree. Cool. I'm gonna be in so much debt that I'm not gonna be able to pay it for the next fucking 30
I'm
years.
still in debt. I
I
am
haven't
40 years old and still in debt.
I haven't paid a single fucking student loan in the last 5 months because I can't afford it because it's too expensive, and I didn't even go to school for that long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I went to okay, I have some community college costs, but that's not the point. The point is like, so my stepmom got mad at me. Not mad at me. Let me rephrase that. I dropped out of community college because I knew I wanted to go to cosmetology school, and I was in the car with my parents, and my stepmom was like, why don't you want to keep going to school? And I was like, I don't want to keep wasting my fucking money when I know what I want to do. And my dad was like, education is priceless. Well, not really. Now when it comes with a fucking price, like that's not priceless.
Hmm.
And then I have to pay it off. And my stepmom was like, I was like, I just think it's stupid to continue to pay for this, whatever. And she was like, I resent that statement because the degree on my wall tells me that I was committed to something for 4 years. Well, you know what? I have a fucking living, breathing, beautiful child out there that shows me that I've been committed to something for the last 3 years. When I am 4 years into my career, I have the
Hmm.
proof there that I was committed to my career for 4 years. It's just like there's so many other fucking ways to measure commitment than a fucking college degree. Like, shove that up your
It
ass.
is it is a generational thing.
It is.
It's a generational thing. And you know, and I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of the changes in me has to do with Mark, because Mark, he didn't finish high school.
I love Mark.
He did not finish high school. He got his GED and went directly into the military. Um, After that, he went to a tech school, and he worked his ass off, worked his way up, and then he, in the middle of his life, when we got had started getting together, he had gotten laid off. Where a lot of laid off from a job that he was there for like 16 years. And a lot of people would take that and they would make it define them. My life is over, whatever. He found a job. He found another job that paid barely minimum wage, doing what he was making like 30 something dollars an hour for. Um, and then he got hired on at Spectrum. And he started at the very, very bottom, like the very bottom. And now he's a manager. Why? Because he did not quit.
Yep.
He did not go and, woe is me, and put his head under the covers, bury himself in bed. It's the same thing with, he has more drive in him than anybody I know. Because I'm gonna tell a little bit of his story. He got out of the military. After he wasn't out of the military very long, and got hit by a drunk driver. Okay.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that story was different. Okay.
He got hit by a drunk driver. He almost died. Like, died. Um, Broke his back in a wheelchair. Was never going to walk again. Where somebody that would usually be devastating, and not saying that it wasn't, but usually they would get like severely depressed. He didn't let something like that stop him. He did everything in his power to find something to do so that he would have a career, so that he could support himself. And that's been his life throughout, his life. That's been his motto, where he's going to work his ass off and prove himself. He doesn't have a degree. And also he's in a chair. He's also the most able-bodied person that I know.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't let that stop him. He makes fun of himself and all of that. He's crude. He's hilarious. He makes me laugh. That's why I fell in love with him. But he doesn't let things like that stop him, like, at all. That's just something that he works around. So, I mean, meeting him and seeing him and the steps that he went through and everything that he has gone through, and he has overcome, why am I going to complain about something so small?
Right.
He's shown me it can be done without all of the traditional stuff, because I was raised very traditional. I was like, you're going to college, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. I have so much fucking student debt. I have so many student loans. It's not even funny. And I'm still trying to pay them off. He's got nothing.
Yeah.
And he's making enough to support me and my kids.
Yeah.
He supports our lifestyle. And so me going out and driving and making the few, like the $600 a week that I make, that's pre-taxes. Okay, I still have to pay taxes on that.
You're so funny.
Because everybody's like, oh my gosh, you make that one. No, okay, pre-taxes.
Yeah.
All that can go to buying makeup, and that's why I work my ass off. Yes, I work my ass off to do what I want to do with my life, to be a makeup artist and to grow my collection and grow this and grow that. And people always say, I've had like several people say, if I was rich and had all of this money that I could buy all of this makeup, I would be, able to get a YouTube channel and do this and do that. And I'm like, you don't understand. You don't understand what I do to get what I want.
Exactly.
And seeing him go through everything that he's been through and still coming out on top because he worked his fucking ass off, made me realize, if I want to do this, if I really want to do this and do this right, then I'm going to do everything that I can in the background to be able to do this that I want to do. Because, I mean, you know, YouTube and Instagram and being a makeup artist and all of that doesn't happen overnight. You've got to put so much work and effort into it and not get paid for it before you start getting paid. That's the thing, you know. And I'm going to work my ass off in the front end so that I can do all of this stuff and put all of the effort into my channel and into, you know, my art as I can in order to start making money from that.
Yo,
So,
that's like a whole, like, I want to take like a whole episode just to talk about what it's like to like be an entrepreneur and like what it means in 2020, 2019, whatever, to be an entrepreneur, because with anything, consistency is key. Like if like Mark started at the bottom, you know, his consistency and his work ethic got him to where he is. But now, like, take that where, like, you're working in a corporate setting and you have someone over you watching you and telling you what to do, and you're hitting time clock. Now, take that at home
mhm,
and have that fucking discipline at home with your kids, with
mhm,
your family and your other responsibilities, and the TV
mhm.
in front of you and the computer in front of you, and you have a phone in your lap all the time. You
Yep.
don't have someone looking at you going, get off your phone, get off Facebook, get off this, get off that. You don't have someone monitoring everything you do and telling you how you get your raises. And like Maria said, there's, you know, people be like, oh my God. People will be like, why are your prices aren't there? And I'm like, because number one, how much I spend in education. Number two, like, these are techniques that I, thank you so much. Sorry, my daughter's giving me noodles. Oh my God. Let me go. Thank you, baby. But it's like I spend so much money and time on education to be able to give you what you want. I spend so much money and time on marketing, and I spend so much energy, you know, and time away from my family and away from this beautiful little munchkin.
Well, not only that, products too. I
Yeah.
mean, your products and your like your scissors and all of that is not cheap. But yeah, I mean, I see that too, and that's the thing. People, we're in the this can be a whole different podcast too. And
Sick.
this is something
New Year
this is
podcast.
some right. This is something that this is an episode that Mark and I wanted to touch on. Is people nowadays want to get something for nothing. They want to get something for nothing. Oh, you're too expensive. I'm gonna do it over here. I'm gonna do it at home. And then
You're too
you
expensive.
get pissed off. Yeah, you get pissed off when you ruin your hair at home because you think that you can do somebody else's job where they actually spent time learning how to do.
Okay. Since Maria is using hair as an example. Okay, too expensive. Okay. I went to a hair show for a weekend, almost $1,000. But between like travel, food, like where I stayed, I take classes. I mean, in last year I've probably taken 25, 30 classes. Um, I pay for some of them. Some of them I don't pay for because I spent almost $6,000 in scissors. When someone's like, "Why is your haircut $55?" Haircut should be complimentary if you get X. Haircuts,
Excuse me?
you don't use product for haircuts. I'm sorry, do I not blow your hair out with product? Do I not wash your hair and shampoo your hair? Do I not use fucking $6,000 worth of scissors? I mean, I have 7 pair of scissors and a razor. I use every single pair of scissors that I have. They all do different things. They are all designed differently. And someone might be like, pair of scissors, a pair of scissors. No, it's fucking not. And like, that's what people don't understand. Like, the time and the money that goes in behind the scenes is astounding. So it is insulting when someone's like, why isn't this cheaper? Well, I mean, you can go to fucking Sports Clips and then you can hit me up in a week and tell me how your hair looks like shit. No offense, Sports Clips. You can hit up great because, and that's not because I'm being shitty about these places, but it's because I've heard these stories because there are places that are designed on you need to learn how to do it this way in this amount of time. And like,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool. I can give you a haircut that's fucking 50 times better than what you just got at Great Clips in 6 minutes. So they want to give you a shitty haircut in this much time, but my mentor tells me, Justin Thomas says, if you're spending more than 15 minutes actually cutting hair, you're fucking it up. I spend about 6 to 7 minutes cutting hair. That's why my haircut costs so much, because your hair is going to look good and I can do it in 7 minutes, 6 minutes. People don't get it.
I went to because I didn't want to pay. All right, and this was a long time ago. Okay, this was a long time ago because I didn't want to pay for a color, and this is when I learned my lesson. I went and got blonde highlights. She turned my entire head blonde. And guys, so I can give you this, I'm Hispanic. I have very golden skin. I do not look good as a blonde. And I was freaking platinum blonde. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was the worst thing. So I went and found myself a decent stylist, and she charged me $300 to correct it.
Yep, my color correction is $95 an hour. Don't fuck up your hair. Don't do your hair at home. Don't go to cheap people. That's the thing. If you invest in your hair like the first time, you won't spend nearly as much.
Yeah. So that $85 highlight actually cost me $385.
Yep. Oh God, I'm so glad someone who isn't a fucking hairstylist said that. That makes
So
me
I mean,
so
like
happy.
when she says that, and when I see things like that, I'm just like, okay, yeah, go ahead. Just to go ahead and wait until you have to actually find somebody who can actually fix your hair and how much they're going to charge for it.
Yep.
So I go and get my hair, I'll get my hair cut, and I will get my my roots bleached because I don't want to kill my hair.
Thank you.
I get my roots bleached and I get my hair cut, and it's $200, maybe a little more than that. And they're like, "Oh my God!" My husband is like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you pay that much for hair." I said, "You have no hair, okay? I love my hair."
True.
So I have to. You've got to pay for it, and I don't want somebody fucking up my hair because somebody has fucked up my hair before. Do you remember when I turned blonde? You looked at me, you took one look at me and said, "That looks disgusting."
Out of love.
My husband hates blondes, by the way. So.
You have no idea. You want to talk about a day in the life? Jesus Christ. I've been box dyeing my hair for the last 4 years. I'd really like it if you could like take me to like a level 9, which is like almost a platinum. If you could take me like a level 9 blonde, or I've been box dyeing my hair, but I want to do an open air balayage because I just don't feel comfortable putting it in foils. Okay, well your hair is not gonna move. I tried to cut my own hair at home. I highlighted my own hair at home. Hey, fun fact, like depending on what at-home highlighter you use or lightener that you use, when we go back, if you're not honest with us and we go back and put professional lightener over it, it'll melt your fucking hair off. Step,
Oh,
dude.
that's happened before.
Telling you, like, I don't even know how we got to this point, but like it's so fucking real.
Oh, it is. And now I'm completely honest. Yep, I've done this at home. And if you look at my hair, trust me, when I go see Heather, she's got to fix some banding. I've got banding.
It's all right.
So, but yeah, because I don't want to fry off my hair, and
Thank you.
yeah, but I do. I have banding right here towards the root, and if you look, you'd be able to see it. Like if you actually are standing in front of me and look at me, you'll be able to see that my hair right here is more red, and then my hair down here is more pink
Mm-hmm.
because I
Yeah.
have because I have that banding there. And so yeah, if you look at my hair, you can tell that I've done it at home. Um, so I mean, if you want it done to where it's like beautiful, then you need to see a professional.
You have no idea. I could literally talk about this all day. It's just trust people. Just trust, yeah, trust professionals. I'm a very cautious hairstylist, and I think it sometimes pisses people off because I don't know. Like for example, and I'm not calling anybody out. Like I'm not mad about it, but I mean, I've had several clients like, well, my hair didn't get as bright as I wanted it to this time, and I paid all this money, and I'm like, well, do you want me to fucking like make your hair fall out? My hair didn't, it's not the tone I wanted it to be. Okay, well, again, do you want me to push your hair past its limits? Like I would rather take your hair to where you want it to be in steps, and maybe you're not happy with the middle step, but I would rather take it to where it needs to be gradually than go, oh, you put black box dye on your hair last week? Cool, we're gonna get that out today. Like, no, that's not gonna fucking happen. I don't know.
Let's tell you this, okay? I had my hair was below my shoulders, and I had a stylist that did that. That did that. That took me from brown to white. I mean white in a day. And look at my hair.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my cut. Don't get me wrong. I love my cut. I absolutely love my cut. But I had to go really, really short. Like
Mm-hmm.
really short because my hair was pretty much fried.
Pretty,
Shut up.
pretty much. You could have swept the floor with that bitch's hair. No offense, I love you, but like, I was so mad for you.
Yeah.
Maria came to see me and I cut her hair and I colored it black and I was like, guess what we're not doing for a while? Don't you dare fucking color your hair.
Yeah, and then how many months later I was like I can't do it anymore.
But you went a good amount of time.
I did. I waited.
She
And
did.
then finally, I cut it to like pixie cut. And then I was like, okay, it's healthy. I want to at least get like some kind of red or something in it. So, and then that's when she was like, I see your ends, ma'am. I was like, yes, I know.
That's okay.
But then I got old plaques and my hair's nice and healthy now.
Yes,
Semi healthy, as healthy as a bleached hair can be.
I mean, that's fair. So, in the new year, I would really like to talk about goals and reflection. I'm not a fan of resolutions. I don't know about anybody else. I'm not a fan of resolutions. I'm a fan of, hey, I want to change something. I want to do it right now. So, I'm not a fan
Mm-hmm.
of wait till January 1st. So I'd really like to in our next podcast just talk about, because by the time that the new one comes out, it'll be after the first, I believe. So I would really like to just chat with you guys about reflection, goal setting, making changes rather than I'm going to go to the gym and get in Heather's
This
fucking
one,
way.
this one is gonna be no. This one's after Christmas. This one is no. This one comes out on Christmas Day.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, this one comes out on Christmas Day. The next one will be on
Yeah.
New Year's Day. So, ooh, that's good.
Yeah, I
Good.
would really yeah, I would like to chat about because I don't fucking believe in resolutions. That's just stupid because it's something that everyone does and you drop off by February. So
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in goal setting and I think that getting into how to properly set goals is the best way to go about it rather than January 1st, life is gonna change. It's not a real thing.
Yeah, because we said that 2019 was going to be our best year ever, and
This
look
has
what
been the
happened.
shittiest year of my fucking life. Like I literally just want to
Same,
start over.
same, same. It's just,
Hmm.
but that's how life is.
Yes, ma'am.
Life likes to just, they're like, oh, look, your water is nice and calm. They just want to throw a big boulder right in the middle of it.
Right, here's a fucking tsunami. Have fun.
Pretty much. And that's what happened. I mean, we had very whatever. Anyway, tumultuous, oh, geez, Maria.
I got you.
Yeah. Lives this year, but in very different ways. Both of us did, but in very different ways. So.
Very different. One day we'll talk about it. Today's not that day. But one day.
Well, everybody knows I had a relapse, and one of my very, 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 very good friends, someone I would say was one of my best friends, decided to walk out on me.
What a
Because
dick.
I didn't share the same feelings.
I still just want to punch him in the fucking throat. Like, you're an idiot.
Mm.
So in the new year, we'll talk about goals, where we're going, where we're not going. More importantly, we will reflect. I'm so excited. I genuinely want to reflect on a podcast because I just feel like that's a really fucking cool thing to do. So, fucking accountability. So I'm really excited for that, and yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yes. So until next time.
And Heather is gonna work on getting more guests and just like whatever up in here because I just more opinions, more fun.
Oh, ooh. Addie said that she wanted to join us for one.
I'm
So.
here for it. I'm gonna ask my friend Moses if he'll hop on. He's funny as shit. I'll see if he'll want to hop on one.
And
Yeah.
then Mark may join us for a little
Shocked.
podcast adventure.
Perfect. Sounds good to me. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Just be careful for that. You know, I don't promise that he will be on his best behavior.
Oh, never.
Oh, look, shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Oh, you can cut this part out. What is our sponsorship? Wave sponsorship, right? Is that the I don't know thing?
Oh, we have commercials. Yeah, no. We have commercials, guys. We do have commercials on here, and of course, the first commercial that we have, hopefully, it will work this time. I think they have to approve it or whatever, but it's for our hosting platform for Anchor. Anchor is
Oh,
like completely free. And for our other podcast, I was paying for it. And not only was I paying for it, but I was actually doing all of the work, like all of the distributing work and all of that. This
yeah.
one, you just have to make your episode and then you cut it up and put, spaces for like commercials and stuff. And then there's a back end where you can record your commercials, and then Anchor will actually put the commercials in there, all the ones that are approved, and it will
Oh,
put the ones that will make you the most money. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And then all you have to do is create your podcast, your first episode, and it distributes them everywhere, and it
yeah.
gets approval for everything. So like I've been spamming our page like a lot
Thank
today,
you.
but the thing is, it's because we're finally getting on all of these platforms.
Yeah.
So I think they have access to like 50 or 60 platforms, like a lot. They distribute it. They get all the permissions and stuff. So all you have to do is edit it, put it up, put the little description in there, and it does all the work for you. You can record on there too, but I like the way that Skype does it better. So
Yeah. It's the
I'll,
Anchor FM.
yes, yes. So, and that's where our podcast is. The host is like we have a website page on there, and it has all of our stuff, and it says you can listen to this on Spotify and whatnot. So it's pretty freaking cool. I actually love it, but I do all of my editing on there, and I'll break it up and everything. And we can also there's a
I'm on here looking.
yeah, there's a on our little website, there's you can leave us voice messages and we can actually put those in our podcasts.
Nifty. So if you guys have
Yeah.
questions or something, send them in.
Yeah. So, and know that if you leave a voice message, it will most likely be in a podcast. So, but yeah, I mean, it's so really cool, and everything is free. Also, they will if you do monetization on it, and this is going to take some time as we have get more listeners and stuff, but they will match you up with partners, and you'll have a script and you can record your commercial, and they'll put it in the spaces that you tell it to, and they will also choose the ones that will pay the most first, and then kind of distribute everything through there. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty
That's under money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, you guys have to excuse me. I'm just I know I have to record some of these. That's why I'm trying to figure it out now.
Yeah, if you look at money, and they have the anchor, the one it says anchor on there, and how much it is, clicks per minute, and then you can play the commercial, and that commercial was like freaking horrible, but I did it. But it tells you talking points and things like that. But you're supposed to say it like in like casual conversation, things like that. So it's pretty cool.
Got you.
Yeah. So if you can download it onto your phone or whatever, and then both you and I can record a commercial together.
Cool.
So,
okay.
It's pretty freaking cool. You looking at everything that it can do?
Yes.
Did you see our little website? I took the little description that you made and I put it as our subject.
I love that.
So now that's like on all of the like it's on Spotify, and it's on Google Podcasts. It's on all of that.
That's awesome. I love it.
So, but I have a little notepad with all of our links and stuff, because the links took forever. So I have a little notepad with all of our links, and if we ever want to add anything to it, we can. And so I'll just copy and paste that, and then I'll put the little description, and then of course any links and stuff that we talked about in the show in there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty freaking cool.